the news.
Hi, I'm Tessa with Brain Rot News with a few bits of news for you to choke on from March 22nd. The latest masterstroke from the Trump administration is a bold new plan to dismantle the Department of Education and scatter its essential functions across an already gutted federal bureaucracy. I guess streamlining efficiency is handing off a $1.6 trillion student loan portfolio to the Small Business Administration, an agency that's coincidentally firing nearly half of its workforce. Perfect timing! Maybe they can just let ChatGPT manage federal loans at this point. And where, pray tell, will vital nutrition programs for low-income children and programs for special needs students end up? Health and Human Services. That would be the same Health and Human Services currently under the watchful, vaccine-skeptical, big pharma conspiracy-loving eye of RFK Jr. Yep, the guy who believes vaccines cause autism and people with mental health issues need a wellness farm. That's who will be overseeing public school lunch programs and disability services. What could possibly go wrong? Maybe he'll replace free lunches with a daily serving of ivermectin and lead filling. The right-wing argument here, of course, is that this will reduce inefficiency and administrative load, because the real problem in education isn't skyrocketing tuition or crushing student debt. It's that the Department of Education dared to exist in the first place. Conservatives have been salivating over dismantling it since Reagan, and now with a Republican Congress and the strategic incompetence of the Trump administration, they just might pull it off. Let's be real, this isn't about making government more efficient. It's about taking a wrecking ball to public education, making it harder for students to afford college, gutting support for low-income children and the disabled, all while handing over control to agencies that are actively being hollowed out from within. The SBA won't have the staffing to manage student loans. HHS under RFK Jr. won't prioritize disability programs. The entire system is being set up to fail, and when it does, Republicans will smugly point and say, see, government doesn't work. If you're wondering what the end game is, it's pretty simple. Kill public education, drive students into the arms of predatory lenders, prevent disabled children from learning, and replace school lunches with a pamphlet about the benefits of bootstraps. Of course, all of this will be branded as empowering the states and reducing federal wastes, while in reality, it's just another way to punish poor, disabled, and working-class Americans for daring to exist. So buckle up, folks. The war on public education just found a new front, and this time it's armed with mass layoffs, bureaucratic chaos, and RFK Jr.'s galaxy-brained approach to science. What an unfortunate time to be alive. Turkey, where democracy is always on the menu but somehow never quite fully cooked. This time, Erdogan has decided that elections are just too unpredictable, so he's going for the classic authoritarian move, throwing his main political rival, Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu, in jail on a totally legitimate, completely fabricated cocktail of charges, like embezzlement, corruption, and of course terrorism links. When all else fails, just slap a terrorist label on your opponent and call it a day. Naturally, the people of Turkey aren't buying it. Mass protests have erupted across Istanbul, Ankara, Izmir, and beyond, with thousands defying public gathering bans to take to the streets. In true strongman fashion, Erdogan's